Caitlin Clark is at it again, breaking records and making waves in the WNBA.
Clark for the win! Yeah! Oh! She does it time and time again!
Her latest achievement, shattering yet another record, this time in a showdown with none other than the legendary Diana Taurasi. Today, we're diving into how Clark's historic performance is shaking up the league, the growing rivalry between her and Taurasi, and what records she might break next. Let's get into it. The 2024 WNBA season has been nothing short of electric, especially for Caitlin Clark. Coming off an incredible NCAA run, she's made a seamless transition into the pros, quickly establishing herself as one of the league's brightest stars. The Indiana Fever, a team that struggled in recent years, suddenly looks revitalized with Clark leading the charge. Today marks the third time this season that Clark's Indiana Fever will face off against Diana Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury. And let's be real, this isn't just another game. It's a clash between the old guard and the new era of women's basketball. On one side, you've got Taurasi, a WNBA legend with more accolades than most players could dream of. On the other, there's Clark, the rookie sensation who's already setting records and making her mark on the league. But here's where things get personal. Tensions have been brewing between Clark and Taurasi all season. Taurasi, never one to mince words, gave a blunt warning to Clark earlier this season saying, "Reality is coming." That's not just a critique, it's a challenge, a clear message that Clark will have to earn her place among the WNBA's elite. Clark, of course, didn't take those words lightly.
Nobody gives me advice in the game, I wish.
She's been out to prove that she belongs among the best, and the first two matchups between the Fever and the Mercury this season have only added fuel to the fire. The first showdown between Caitlin Clark and Diana Taurasi on June 30th was a game to remember. Clark, still early in her WNBA career, was already making waves, but this game was something special. Finished with 20 points, 13 assists, and 6 rebounds. In less than 20 games, Clark set the Indiana Fever franchise record for assists by a rookie in a single season at 129 assists.
155. Well, there were 25 pounds. Few factors that added to.
To add to the drama, she did it while going head-to-head with Taurasi, one of the greatest playmakers the league has ever seen. The Fever walked away with a hard-fought win, and Clark had already surpassed Taurasi in a category that many thought was untouchable for a rookie. The second meeting on July 12th only intensified the rivalry, even though Taurasi didn't play due to a leg injury. Clark seized the opportunity to shine once again, leading the Fever to another victory over the Mercury. In that game, Clark recorded 20 points, 13 assists, and 6 rebounds, proving she could deliver even when the stakes were high. The absence of Taurasi didn't diminish the tension. If anything, it added to the anticipation for their next encounter. Taurasi, known for her fierce competitive spirit, didn't take these losses lightly. She's never been one to shy away from expressing her frustration, especially with how much attention the rookie was getting. The media played up the rivalry, framing it as a battle between the past and the future of the WNBA, and the tension between the two players was palpable. Just a few days after the second Mercury game, Caitlin Clark was back in action, this time against the Dallas Wings on July 17th. And what she did in that game, it left everyone in awe. Clark didn't just break one record, she broke two. First, she dished out 19 assists, setting the all-time WNBA single-game assist record.
For WNBA rookie sensation Caitlin Clark, she broke the league's record with 19 assists. Again, that is not a rookie record. 19 assists, the most in a WNBA game ever. This coming in an 8-point loss.
This wasn't just a personal achievement. It was a statement to the entire league that Caitlin Clark is here to change the game. But she wasn't done. Clark record, hitting 202 assists in just 26 games. Keep in mind, she's only midway through the season, and we head into the third game of the season between the Fever and the Mercury. The stakes couldn't be higher. With Clark's record-breaking performance fresh in everyone's minds, all eyes are on this game. The tension between Clark and Taurasi has only grown, fueled by the media and the fans. But it's not just Taurasi who's had something to say about Clark. The Phoenix Mercury organization has also thrown some shade at the rookie. Ahead of their latest matchup, the Mercury's official social media accounts posted content that subtly mocked Clark's recent achievements, implying that she still has a lot to learn and prove in the league. This added fuel to the fire, making the upcoming game even more intense. Taurasi, a player who has built her career on being the best, now faces a rookie who's already challenging her legacy. The old guard versus new era narrative is more alive than ever. Taurasi, who has always thrived on competition, now finds herself in the unfamiliar position of being the one chased by a younger star. Meanwhile, Clark is riding a wave of momentum, eager to prove that her recent successes are just the beginning. The Mercury, led by Taurasi, are determined not to let Clark and the Fever get the best of them again. For Taurasi, this game isn't just about winning, it's about defending her legacy against a player who seems poised to take over the league. But Clark isn't backing down. She's already shown that she can go toe-to-toe with the best, and she's ready to do it again. The build-up to this game has been intense, with both teams knowing that a lot is on the line. For the Fever, it's a chance to solidify their place as a rising power in the league. For the Mercury, it's about proving that they're still a force to be reckoned with, despite the emergence of new talent. The rivalry between Clark and Taurasi is about more than just basketball. It's a clash of eras. Taurasi represents the old guard, a generation of players who have dominated the WNBA for years. She's seen it all, done it all, and has the rings to prove it. Clark, on the other hand, is the face of the new era, young, hungry, and ready to challenge the status quo. The tension between them has been brewing since Clark entered the league. Taurasi, never one to shy away from speaking her mind, has made it clear that she's not ready to pass the torch just yet. In various interviews, Taurasi has downplayed Clark's achievements, suggesting that while she's talented, she still has a lot to prove. For Clark, these comments have only fueled her competitive fire. She's well aware of the legacy Taurasi has built, and rather than being intimidated, she's using it as motivation. Every time she steps on the court, especially against Taurasi, she's not just playing to win, she's playing to prove that she belongs in the conversation with the best. This dynamic has turned their matchups into must-watch events. Fans are eager to see how the rookie stacks up against the veteran, and so far, Clark hasn't disappointed. But the question remains, can she keep it up? Caitlin Clark's record-breaking season isn't over yet, and there are still more milestones within her reach. With half the season still to go, Clark is on pace to break even more records, further solidifying her place in WNBA history. One of the records within her sights is Tisha Penichiero's rookie record for single-season assists, which stands at 225.
Starting lineup has Tisha Penichero at the point guard. No one has more assists all time. No one has more than 2,000 assists in the WNBA.
Given that Clark has already surpassed 202 assists in just 26 games, this record seems well within her grasp. If she continues at her current pace, she could break this record in the next few games. But Clark isn't just eyeing rookie records. She's gunning for the all-time single-season assist record, currently held by Alyssa Thomas, who set the mark at 316 assists. For a rookie to even be in the conversation for such a prestigious record is remarkable, and it speaks to the impact Clark has had in such a short time. Breaking these records would be a monumental achievement, not just for Clark, but for the WNBA as a whole. It would signal the arrival of a new era, where the next generation of players is ready to take the league to new heights. For Clark, these records are more than just numbers. They're a testament to her hard work, her vision, and her ability to elevate her game when it matters most. As she continues to chase these records, the spotlight on Clark will only grow brighter. Every game, every assist, every win brings her one step closer to solidifying her legacy as one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records, she's changing the way the game is played. Her ability to distribute the ball, combined with her scoring prowess, makes her a dual threat that's incredibly difficult to defend. Teams are struggling to find ways to slow her down, and as a result, she's forcing the entire league to adapt. Clark's style of play is reminiscent of the NBA's shift towards positionless basketball, where players are expected to do more than just specialize in one area. She's not just a point guard, she's a playmaker, a scorer, and a leader all rolled into one. This versatility is what makes her so dangerous, and it's why she's able to break records that have stood for years. Moreover, Clark's impact goes beyond the court. She's drawing in new fans, bringing more attention to the WNBA, and inspiring the next generation of players. Young athletes across the country are watching her, seeing what's possible and dreaming of following in her footsteps. Her influence is helping to grow the game, not just in terms of viewership, but in the way it's played and perceived. As Clark continues to develop and refine her game, the possibilities seem endless. She's already set the bar incredibly high, but knowing her competitive spirit, she's not satisfied. She's constantly looking for ways to improve, to push herself, and to set new standards for excellence. Caitlin Clark has already made history multiple times this season, and she's not done yet. Her latest record-breaking performance against Diana Taurasi and the Phoenix Mercury has once again shown why she's one of the most exciting players in the league. But this is just the beginning. The rivalry between Clark and Taurasi is heating up, and their upcoming matchups promise to be some of the most thrilling games of the season. As Clark continues to chase more records, she's not just building her legacy, she's helping to elevate the entire WNBA. So, what do you think? Can Caitlin Clark continue to break records and solidify her place as one of the all-time greats? Will she surpass the mark set by legends like Tisha Penicheiro and Alyssa Thomas? And how will the rivalry with Diana Taurasi play out in the coming games? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest in women's basketball and beyond.